Hey there, and welcome back to another From the Workshop Nerd Note. This time we're going to very quickly touch on this idea that there are multiple types of wireless communications that are out there. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and 900 megahertz radios and ISM band stuff like that and all sorts of other options. So why pick cellular? Well, it's a good question, so let's talk through that. First off, I think the thing you have to think about a lot of times is the fact that if you're going to use any of these other shorter range networks or temporary networks or limited geography networks, a lot of times you're either bringing your own network and setting it up and managing it, or you're assuming that something will already be there, like Wi-Fi, so that you can tap into it and use it. With cellular, it's virtually everywhere these days. Cellular is ubiquitous. It is all over the place. So these LTE networks, these cellular networks, they exist just about everywhere. Coverage is something you can depend on when you're planning to deploy units to the field. You also don't have to worry about creating that coverage. Those networks are managed by the carriers. That's what you pay them for. They are maintaining these networks, they're upgrading these networks, they're optimizing these networks. So not only do you have the coverage, but that coverage is set up and maintained and improved and upgraded constantly by the fine men and women of the cellular carrier network teams that are out there, making sure that every single packet you send will get to the other side. So that's a great thing to have on your side. The other thing is that communication that goes over cellular is inherently encrypted. That's just part of the way LTE works and part of the way cellular communication works. It's encrypted over the air. Somebody just listening in on the network, say on a 900 megahertz network, could pull in your packets and be able to see whatever they wanted. On a cellular network with that encrypted over the air communication, they can't do that. They may get the packets, but they can't do anything with them. So it's kind of nice to have that element of security there too. The other thing that I like about this is even some situations where you've got a lot of smaller, shorter range radios all talking into a central gateway, maybe that's Ethernet connected or something like that. There are multiple hops. There are points of failure along the way that can prevent your data from getting where it's trying to go. With cellular, it is a direct internet connection. So your device is talking to the cloud. Nothing really in between, just the infrastructure that makes it all happen. So it's a direct connection, a direct IP connection or direct internet connection from the device. That's really, really nice to have. And lastly, this idea that you have to configure a device or deploy a device or get it set up by a team in the field and that kind of thing really kind of goes away in a lot of cases. Cellular devices can be activated before you ship them. Meaning they can be, at the point of manufacturing, they can be turned on, they can be tested, they can be, set up to communicate with the remote server, and then ship it. And it's already working by the time it gets there. So it's pre-activated and ready to go. That's a really, really cool thing about cellular. So just wanted to kind of throw that out a little bit, talk through the use cases for why cellular is a good option for a lot of IoT devices in this here Nerd Note. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it's helpful. Subscribe, like, let us know what we should do for our next Nerd Note. And until then, have fun building.